Hi, everyone. We're Sean and Allison McManus from Spoken Garden, and we're here on behalf of the National Garden Bureau and Garden Communicators International. We're here to promote a big event that's free on November 9th that's called Authors Talk Gardening Book Event. You can get signed up or find more out about it by clicking the link down in the pinned comment.
And one of the authors is here with us, and this is Susan Betz. Susan is an honorary master gardener, an author, and a garden communicator. She has been growing and using herbs in her own garden for over 35 years in order to help educate and teach the public.
And she is the author of multiple books, including her newest book called Herbal Houseplants: How to Grow Herbs Indoors. Hi, Susan.
Susan.
Hi, Sean and Allison. Thank you very much for having me here today. I really appreciate it. And I would like to encourage people to look at plants from an herbal perspective, because when you look at plants from an herbal perspective, you can see a lot more possibilities, and that's why I love them.
Yeah, Susan. Well, first off, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and why you're passionate about gardening with herbs?
Herbs are just wonderful plants. And I know gardeners, there's hosta people, rose people, but I'm truly an herb person. Herbs give more for the time and space devoted to them than any other category of growing things. I consider them the green evangelists of the plant kingdom. They're one of Mother Nature's oldest garden gifts. Whether growing in a pot or a plot, herbs encourage a spirit of human creativity and offer a comforting connection to the natural world. Herbs are the quintessential pass-along plants. And this is one of the big reasons I love herbs.
Oh, we love herbs, love growing herbs and just smelling them. And there's so many.
Love cooking with them.
Yeah,
Obviously, right? Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
They are also valued for their health benefits, for promoting overall wellness by calming stress and building immunity. The one thing that is different about herbs from other plants is when you get up close and personal with the plants, knowing where and when to gather and harvest herbs involves an intimate connection and firsthand knowledge of each plant's life cycle and reproductive habits. When observing a plant closely, you naturally become acquainted with the various insects and other wildlife that depend on. This makes it easier for gardeners to see and understand the importance of cultivating healthy relationships between people, plants, and pollinators.
I love how you put all that together.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's inspiring. And for anyone who hasn't read your book yet, Herbal Houseplants, can you tell us a little bit more about that book and who you wrote it for?
Well, we're becoming increasingly aware of how plants and gardening connect us to the healing power of the natural world. And you can travel the planet by gardening on your windowsill. In 1969, Adelma Simmons, a leading 20th century authority on herbs, wrote How to Grow Herbs Indoors for Flavor, Fragrance, and Fun. It was one of the first books of its kind on how to grow herbs in the average home environment. Today, thanks to the popularity of indoor gardening, new techniques, tools, efficient grow lights, organic soils, and more importantly, compact herb varieties specifically bred for containers and small spaces, they offer those in urban spaces a better and easier way to grow these delightful plants indoors. And it's also my hope that people will follow their plants back outdoors after growing them indoors.
Now, Susan, based on your book, what different categories of herbal houseplants do you grow indoors throughout the year?
Generally speaking, I use a few types of herbal houseplants in my home throughout the years, and I put them in different categories, as you just asked. Temporary houseplants. These are short-lived plants. I treat the same way indoors as I do annuals outside in my garden for a short season display, such as basil, cilantro, and summer savory. And I also treat the transient decorative gift plants associated with seasonal celebrations. They bring us a little temporary pleasure, and they're here and gone. Then there's those wonderful hardy long-lived herbs such as aloe vera, scented geraniums, lemongrass, and many other perennial herbs that are easygoing and long-lasting. Plants indoors if given the proper environment, soil, nutrients, and lighting. But then last but not least, I love herbs so much. There's those special herbs I value as good friends. or because of my botanical curiosity has been sparked by a snippet of historic intrigue or an amusing tale. I enjoy the adventure of interacting with them, spending the time and effort learning to create the perfect environment suited to each plant's individual needs, because I think of them as good friends or want to know more about them. And yes, I do talk to my herbs.
Mhm.
So our last question to you, Susan, why do you think that others out there watching should attend the Authors Talk Gardening event on November 9th?
Everyone can have a garden, just not the same garden. People will get to hear 4 different perspectives on gardening, people, and plants. People often ask, can one garden make a difference in the world? Charlotte Wiggins will tell us how she created a vibrant pollinator and wildlife garden where neighbors thought nothing would ever grow. Michael Perry is total fun. He will inspire and stimulate your botanical curiosity with historic intrigue and amusing tales from the plant kingdom. Shelley Cram will share the spiritual side of gardening and its benefits for your mind, body, and soul. And I'll share a lot of my herbal friends with you. So I think there's something for everyone here when they attend this the author's gardening talk.
Oh, it's going to be such a fun time. And Susan, we can't wait to be there. We're going to be there
yeah, we'll be there.
as audience members too. Now, for anybody that wants to know more about you though, and what what books you've written and just more about your backstory, where can they go to find that out?
I have an Instagram account at Susan Betz Herbs, and you can visit my website, freshstartherbs.org. And there's a lot of information there. And my books are available on Amazon.com and at my website.
You know, Susan, we want to thank you so much for your time today and joining us and talking to everybody a little bit more about yourself and what you do, and also just helping us promote the event coming up on November 9th, Authors Talk Gardening for this fall.
And make sure to click that link in the pinned comment, get registered, or just find out more.
Yep, we'll be there. It's going to be a really fun free event. There are going to be giveaways and a lot of fun. So come join us.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate all your efforts. I look forward to seeing you and being with you at the Author Talk.